Shalom, the water wa barakatah, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Chakdash. Double honors to my leaders, the apostles, the great millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Lakamah back again, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 9 to read. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So, if you make Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua your refuge, and a refuge is basically shelter, protection, safety. If you make Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua your refuge, no evil shall befall thee, meaning no evil will happen to you. You're basically going to be protected from all hurt, harm, and danger. You're going to be protected from violence. Why? Because you made Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua your refuge. And in the near future, we know that more evil is coming to this place, to this wicked society that we live in. It's about to be a time like never before in history. Great tribulation is coming. And we're going to need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We're going to need him to protect us from Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. We're going to need him to protect us from the thermonuclear fire that's coming to Babylon the Great, aka America. We gotta put all our trust, all our faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, because he's gonna be the one that protects us from the said perils, from the danger that's coming in the near future. So no evil will happen to those that make Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua the God of Israel. Their protection. Reading on, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he have the angels set up to protect his elect. The angels of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua protect his believers everywhere they go. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So the angels are charged by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to keep his elect safe at all times. The angels are basically the elect's bodyguards. And what do a bodyguard do? He protect his client. For example, you see Floyd Mayweather. He always walk around with the big security guard looking cats, the big bodyguards, and their job is to just protect them. That's what the Lord's angels are doing to his elect. They protected them from trouble. This is the book of Psalm chapter 34, verse 7. It reads, "The angel of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." So the angels of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua encamp round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. And those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua are the elect of the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, along with the Israelite foreigners scattered. Now, the word camp means to dwell. So the angels, they dwell around those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua everywhere they go. You could be going to work. You could be driving somewhere, walking. You could be at camp. The angels are always around. An angel could be right next to you. You don't even know it. But the angels surround those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and protects them and defends them. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 10. It reads, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? On whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" So, look at the generations of old and see, did anyone that trusted in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was confounded or was abandoned that abide in his fear? Did anyone that called upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was avoided or hated? The answer is no. There's different accounts in the scriptures that proves that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was there for those that put their trust in him. And I'm gonna bring out two accounts, two stories, in the book of Daniel to prove this. But before that, let's get This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, and verse 4. "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." So the things that were written in the scriptures that happened aforetime, meaning in the past, previously, they were written for our hope, for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So what's written in the scriptures, it gives us hope. It boosts our faith and encourages us that if we Yahweh Hashem Shah will be there for us. So that's why we gotta stay in the scriptures daily. We gotta always be in the scriptures, because this is the comforter. The comforter was for us. The Holy Scriptures was written in the Bible, comforts us. Real quick, let's read through this real quick. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3. Excuse me. I'm gonna start verse 14, but I'm gonna speak on this chapter a little bit before I read. So basically, Nebuchadnezzar created a golden image. Slakia. So Nebuchadnezzar created a golden image, and he demanded all men to worship it. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they refused to worship this golden image Nebuchadnezzar created. Therefore, they were punished for refusing to worship the image, and they were cast into a fiery furnace. But let's get straight to it. Daniel chapter 3, verse 14, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, the harp, the sackbut, the sorcery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So Nebuchadnezzar basically, he gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego another chance to worship his golden image. But if they refused to bow down and worship it, they would be thrown into the furnace. People, he said at the end, he said, Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we would not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So the three brothers said that their power, the God of Israel, Yahweh Hashem Shah, whom they serve, will deliver them out of the fiery furnace and deliver them out of the hand of Nebuchadnezzar. But in verse 18, they say, even if the Lord doesn't deliver them, they're still not going to worship that golden image. And this is the time that we should be on. We have to have the mindset to be ready to die for Yahweh Hashem Shah. You gotta be faithful unto death. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they was ready to be martyrs for Yahweh Shem Shah's sake. They put death before dishonor. They wasn't trying to bow down to this golden image that he set up. Reading on, then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. So Nebuchadnezzar was furious at the response the brothers gave him. So he demanded that the furnace be heated up more, that would be more hotter. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So peep, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were thrown into a furnace. They was fully dressed. They had their hats on, the coats, and all the garments. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, so I get for the coughing, I just got surgery, so bear with me. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So Nebuchadnezzar's servants were killed that threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the furnace. They got caught up into that hot furnace. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'Shem Shah, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth from the midst of the fire, and the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. So that was the point. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was ready to die because they was not bowing down to that golden image Nebuchadnezzar set up. They were thrown into the furnace. Nebuchadnezzar even turned it up. He turned the fire, he made it hotter. And they still wasn't with it. They got into the furnace. Nebuchadnezzar said he saw 4 men walking in the midst of the fire. He said, in the form of the fourth is like the Son of the Most High. So that was the Lord that was with them. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they kept the faith. They was willing to die for Yahweh Shem Shah. They rather die than to break the law. And that remind me of the 7 sons in the book of Maccabees that refused to eat the swan. They rather die than break the laws. And that's a beautiful time to be on. That shows faith, integrity, courage. But the point of me bringing out this account is that Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be there for those that trust him with all their heart, with all their souls. You just got to have the faith. Break out one more count. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 6. I'm start verse 19. This is another good chapter to read. It's a faith booster. Basically goes into Darius of the Medes, the king of the Medes and the Persians. And his basically he raised up Daniel to be high in office. And you had Darius, King Darius' servants, they were basically jealous of Daniel. And they basically swindled King Darius to making the decree that for 30 days no prayers should be addressed to any god or man but Daniel himself. And anyone that disobeyed were thrown in the lion's den. But Daniel, he basically continued to pray to Yahweh Shem Shah. But I'm gonna get straight to it. Alright, here we go. This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 19. It reads, Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of the lions. When we came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, and thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and has shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me. And also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no man or hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. See, so it's another account. As I mentioned earlier, King Darius has some hating servants. Hating as servants, they was hating on Daniel. and they convinced Darius to make a decree that no one make no prayers for 30 days. And basically that led Daniel to be thrown in the lion's den. And King Darius, he actually felt bad for Daniel, but as Daniel mentioned, verse 22, my God has sent his angel and has shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. So an angel was sent to shut up the lion's mouth, because them lions could have killed Daniel in there, but Yahweh Shem Shah was with Daniel. He was protected by the Lord's angel. But that's all I want to bring out. Lord willing, this was edifying. With that being said, Shalom.